It's the TMI show. We're back. That was It's Raining Firemen by Lil Wayne.
It's not raining firemen, but
It's raining firemen. Hallelujah. That was just Firemen, I think, by Lil Wayne. He
yes.
actually is Lil. I saw him at the Atlanta airport a couple of years ago. He is a small dude with
Well,
way.
his name is Little.
I know. I guess he stopped growing too. He's one of those guys with way too many tattoos.
He's painted.
He is super painted, but he's super dark skinned, so it's almost like it's like hard to even make out what's on them.
That's the thing. They just all blend together, and it's all just black ink. So there's no
know.
color. They don't. None of them do any color.
And what's the tear? He has a teardrop.
That's not like a prison thing, isn't it?
I think it is. I think it does. It mean you killed somebody?
I think so. You killed somebody in prison or something. But he's not that big, so I don't know.
I don't know. Big fan. I can't name one song except for the one I just said.
Yeah, that's what I told you. I have no idea.
But I hope people. I mean, if people like him, he's actually he sells a lot. He's like one of the top movers in music. I was just reading that on I think CNN.com.
It was a request, so we played it.
Well, we take requests. Yeah. It's the TMI show. We have about a half an hour to go. It's 770-257 WSCT.
WSCT.
You know, there were a couple more comments on the topic of the day on Facebook, so I wanted to read them real quick because there were some funny ones. There's this guy, his name's Andy Julia. He has a page on Facebook called Sex and the Married Idiot. It's S and TMI. I interviewed him in the first season of the show, and his comment was pretty good. It was, I actually used it already, but I'll say it again. It was... Andy says, I was prepared. I would take it as a compliment. I'm 42 years old, overweight, and I'll take what I can get at this point. Plus, I hear that if a gay converts you as straight, you get a toaster oven. Man, what I wouldn't do for a properly toasted English muffin. I'm saying, Andy, maybe you should cut back on the English muffin.
Yeah, well, he just called himself fat, didn't he?
He sure did. He's a big gentleman. He is a big guy.
Wasn't this the one that wanted the mountain woman? Or was this for somebody else?
That was someone else.
Oh, okay.
I should have Andy call in. I should ask him to call in because he's really funny. He actually does. When I first spoke to him, he was just the married idiot. Now he started doing stand-up, and he's a very funny guy. Kelly, this is a woman, says, I've been hit on by many women, and I take it as a compliment. And John said, I have no problem being hit on by a gay person just as long as her partner is willing as well.
Oh, come on. You know that's not going to happen for you, so do me a favor and keep dreaming.
I was trying to correct him, like, it's someone of the same sex, not some... You know, lesbian's going to see you and say, ooh, I'm going to go...
Yeah.
I'm going straight for this guy.
Yeah, let's switch all of a sudden.
It was funny, though. He was making a joke.
Oh, I know, and I'm just teasing him back.
Tamara says, complimented. Melody says, as always, complimented. Steven says, complimented.
See, I told you, it's a compliment.
And Beth says, if the flirting involves molestation by a pirate, I would definitely be pissed off.
Wow, by a pirate?
Yeah, that sounds like there's more to the story for that one. I guess we'll save that for another show.
Did he have a hook hand or something?
Yeah, you know,
oh, wait, no, she was a female, so it was a woman. Did she have a hook hand?
Yeah.
And an eye patch.
A female pirate with a hook hand does something bad to you, you know.
Yeah, that's probably not a good thing.
When in general, if you're being hit on by someone, it's hopefully it's not too overt.
Right.
But I think when someone pushes, I think maybe some gay people or flaming gay people are more known for being more overt than is comfortable.
Okay.
That's when it gets weird. But it's a little bit of a compliment. Yeah, you know. If someone says something, just gives you a compliment or something, it's nice, but... If someone's putting their hands on you, that's when it's too far.
Yeah,
right?
I think once you start touching people and it's unwanted, it's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, you have to be really careful with the touching. We had some wacky news here. Maria Pestikov. This is some woman lives in Alaska. You know how texting and driving is bad?
Yes.
Well, texting and walking is worse.
Oh, really?
Especially if you live on the edge of a 60-foot cliff. Apparently this woman, her house is near this big cliff, and she had a cigarette butt, and she went to flick it over the edge, but she walked too far, and she slipped on the grass, and she plummeted down the side of the cliff. So she's on the rocks between the boulders. She's calling for help. She was screaming in agony. Rescue workers had to swoop in. They rescued her with ropes, and firefighters repelled and used ladders to get down to her. And they had to move quickly because Pestrikov was injured, and the tide was creeping in toward her. This is reported in the Kodiak Daily Mirror. This is in Kodiak, Alaska.
Really?
I wonder if that's from the Kodiak Bears from.
I'm still impressed she fell off a cliff while texting.
Yeah, it doesn't. Wait, the thing is,
it's her backyard, right? How does she not know it's there?
Yeah, it's like you seem to smoke. If you smoke, you probably smoke regularly, and you didn't know how far you were.
Yeah.
Looking down, smoking butt.
Yeah.
It didn't. Whoa. Who put that banana peel there?
Yeah. How do you not know how big your yard is all of a sudden?
Especially if you could get killed by stepping too far. Speaking of getting killed by stepping too far, have you ever jumped out of an airplane?
No, I would like to though.
It's
on my bucket list.
I can see you doing that.
I've jumped off a 3-story building.
Into what?
Onto the ground.
Into the ground?
Yeah.
You didn't hurt yourself?
I had a sore heel for about a month.
What?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
I was in culinary school in Arizona, and we were racing down the stairs. So from the apartment building, and I said, "Oh, let's race." Okay. So they started running, and I just hopped the railing.
Oh, so you were cheating?
No, there's no rules. There was no rules involved.
Wait, it was one of those races where there's no rules. However you get to
let's
the finish
just get
line,
to the bottom.
It's like wacky races.
First one to the bottom wins. Okay.
What was the those cartoons where it was
wacky races?
Wacky races.
Yeah.
However they get there, right?
That's the dog.
Yeah, Schneidly.
Yeah.
Schneidly.
Yeah. See, there was no rules.
Schneidly
first one to the bottom.
Yeah.
Winner.
Did you actually win anything?
Yeah, I won a sore ankle.
You didn't even do it against for money or
no.
Free plate of mashed potatoes or something?
No.
Just at least you didn't break your. You would have
S's and G's.
You would have felt stupid if you broke your foot.
I was close because I was trying to land in the grass and I caught the edge of the sidewalk.
Right.
So that's where it bruised quite badly.
By the way, you can jump out of an airplane in Georgia. They have those skydiving deals. I did that in New Jersey with my brother. It was in Berlin, New Jersey, not Germany.
Oh.
I did it. The problem was, I swear, to get to the point where you have to jump, it's like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta go way up.
Just to fly really high enough, it's like 13,500 feet. Yeah. So on the way up, I started to get I felt really
nervous.
Really nervous, like so nervous. I was like starting to tear up.
Was it tandem or was it?
It was tandem. It was my first time.
So how did you feel with that dude on your back?
Wait, let me get to that point. Hey sir, I just had a pack of certs in your pocket. And you're just happy to be jumping with me.
I didn't know we were bringing hot dogs with us.
No, the problem was on the 20-minute ride up, I started to tear up. I started to get really like, oh my god, I don't know if I can do this. And I started to almost cry. And I looked at all the real men around me, and I was like, put it in gear. Man up. You're going to have to jump out of this plane. You're not going to go down with the plane.
Take off your maxi pad.
So, exactly. I did. So, I stood, they stand up and you trot towards the door and, that you're hooked up. And I had the video photographer in front. So, he jumps out at the same time.
Oh, they taped it for you?
I have the whole thing. It's on Facebook.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. So we jump out, and the guys, we're there, and we're jumping out, and I'm like, you have to when you jump out, you're supposed to hold your arms like this so you don't catch anything.
Mm-hmm.
So only for the first second, but like after 10 seconds, I still had these guys like, open your arms up, you dumbass.
Fly, birdie, fly.
Exactly, open your arms up. So I open my arms at the photographer. I'm like shaking the photographer's hand. I'm like, hey, wait. And all of a sudden,
flipping him off.
Something went wrong. The worst time for something to go wrong. I swear.
Skydiving and something going wrong is not.
Something went wrong.
Same
Someone pulled the ripcord.
Oh, how far?
So we were supposed to be free falling for like a minute, but about 10-15 seconds in, the guy on me somehow pulled the ripcord, I think. I don't know why, but all of a sudden it's like, and I'm like, all of a sudden it was like, it's a jolting experience when the parachute opens, and it was way too early, so I was like, what's going on? And like, we were way high up, and I had shorts on, I was freezing. And I'm like, I was like, what happened? He's like, I think the photographer pulled it. I'm like, I have the videotape. He pulled it.
Yeah, he owes you a free ride.
Exactly. I should have gone down and asked for a free. I don't know. He knew I was scared, and I think he might have done it just to freak me out. Because when we were up there, he would do this thing where you can collapse the chute and just free fall a little bit, and then reopen the chute again. I was like, did you do that once? I was like, don't do that again. That was not cool. And then he did this thing where he spun us all around real fast to try to drop faster. Because, like, I got another plane to catch. I got another ride to do, tandem thing to do.
He's in a hurry.
Yeah, yeah. So the video shows some of this. But we finally get to the ground, and I'm like, whew, it was really, like, enough already. It scared the hell out of me. I would do it again, but I got gypped out of my free fall experience.
You sure did. I would complain.
If you want to go, if you're one of my Facebook friends, you can check the video. But there's not a lot of free fall time there. But it's kind of cool because what they do in the video, they show you jumping out of the plane, and then they put you back in the plane. Jumping out, put back in.
We're like reversing it.
Yeah, because there's not a lot to see, so they had to make the most out of it.
So if there's anybody that's listening that owns one of these businesses, and you're a professional, contact us because I'd love to do it, and we'd like to film it. That'd be sick.
That would be a great sponsor. We have to contact one of these places and see if we can, try to get them as a sponsor, and we can go there and tell about our experience. Hopefully, it's better than my last one. Maybe
you'll get a little bit more free falling.
Yeah. Hey, nothing wrong with free falling.
No.
It's kind of cool. It's like your life is in your hands. You don't pull that cord, you die. You pull the cord, live.
It's conquering a fear of heights for me.
Yeah,
that's
there's a lot of people that will never, ever, ever do it, and it is scary. But once you do it, it was a cool feeling. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, I wanna do it just like I said, to conquer a little bit of my fear of heights.
Yeah. Oh, you have a fear of heights?
Not so much, but I mean, once you get up farther where I can see like over the edge of something, that's
the
what
moment
weirds me
when you
out.
step out of the plane, your body is telling you, "What the f are you doing?
Pee yourself. Pee yourself."
There's nothing natural about jumping that high. It's just your body it freaks out a little bit. That's why I was like holding on because like.
You were trying to hug that man.
He was behind me.
That's why you were trying to hug him.
No. No, it was all legitimate. It was fine. It's just I think he pulled the cord early to freak me out. I don't know why else you would do that.
Premature cordulation?
Huh.
That's not right.
No. There's another wacky story you put up here. Anything with a penis in it, we got to read it.
That's hilarious.
Marcus Whelan's death penalty upheld after chocolate penis appeal.
It's from here.
It's from here.
Yeah.
Giving a judge a penis-shaped chocolate may be tasteless and inappropriate, but it doesn't make for an unfair trial. A federal appeals court ruled on Wednesday Marcus Wellens, now 57, was convicted of a 1989 rape and strangling murder of a 15-year-old and sentenced to death in 1993. In 2010, however, the Supreme Court ordered a review panel to take another look at the case after Wellens' lawyer, Mary Elizabeth Wells, argued that her client could not have received a fair trial because the judge and bailiff received gifts of erotically shaped chocolates from jurors. Why would jurors send erotic chocolates to the judge?
It's got to be somebody's got to be in cahoots with the guy who's on trial.
That sounds like a mistrial to me.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for.
Superior Court Judge Mary. Oh, it's a female judge too, which does not help.
Nope.
She received a piece of white chocolate shaped like a penis from juror Mary Jo Hooper. So a female juror is sending a female judge a white chocolate penis.
We want them to answer today's question.
Yeah, I know. While bailiff Loretta Perry was reportedly given a breast-shaped chocolate from a juror who has yet to come forward. Wells maintained that the bawdy nature of the gifts indicated that the jury was not taking the murder trial seriously. You think? I mean, where do you have to really specially order those things? Those aren't just in every.
Or you can make them.
You can make them. Buy the mold and make them.
Yep.
I wonder if they were filled like cream filled. The breast would have been cream filled.
Hilarious.
That would have been great.
The penis being cream filled would be even funnier.
Yes. On Wednesday, the 11th U.S. Circuit Court unanimously upheld the death penalty for Wellens, the Atlantic Journal-Constitution reports. The court said that although the gifts were tasteless and inappropriate, they had no bearing on the jury's or judge's decision. The ill-advised actions of a few thoughtless jurors could create the perception that this jury was too busy joking around rather than deciding Wellens' fate. The ruling states, according to Courthouse News Service, but these were two isolated incidents in the span of a multi-week trial, and we cannot say on the basis of this record that the verdict was tainted. Ooh.
That's so funny.
It sounds like, I've never been on a jury, but I think it sounds kind of boring. But you have to be focused on, the job at hand.
I've never been on a jury because I always just claimed some BS thing and said I couldn't do it.
That's one of the reasons I haven't always voted, because I'm afraid of our jury duty. But I am voting this year because I feel like it's important. I'm driven because my mom doesn't want the same guy I want. Mom's gonna yell.
You're going
at me.
after your mom again, man.
Hey, I told you, you heard it on the air. My mom and I have a bet. If Romney wins, I give her $25. If Obama wins, I get $25.
We still have to go see the movie.
We still have to see the movie. You have to let me know when you're available after next Friday.
Okay.
So we can go.
So we can go eat popcorn and say we saw it and watch Batman.
We're gonna take notes. No, we're gonna
just kidding.
We're gonna take notes because there are some fallacies in the movie, some falsehoods. So we're gonna check it out. I mean, we said we were gonna do it.
Okay, we'll do it.
I know, grumble. Then we can come in the air and talk about how bad it was, or
horrible.
I mean, obviously.
No offense to Mom, but that's probably a pretty horrible movie.
Well, people have gone and seen it. I don't know. People are
people that are supporters.
Documented. Yeah, they're really getting in there. Should we go to another story? Should we play some music?
Do another story.
Okay. Bagel head, saline forehead injections. Japan's hot new beauty trend?
Yeah, this is mental.
I've never heard of this.
This is mental. Wait till you read it.
Everyone's heard of Botox, right? Now, Botox is more ubiquitous than yoga pants in Hollywood, but men and women in Asia have been taken to a different injection. This trend has been going on for years, actually, Ro.
News to me.
Actually, I saw a picture of this on Facebook, and I immediately got disgusted.
Yeah, it's weird.
Saline bagel-shaped injections on one's forehead. National Geographic Taboo chronicles the bizarre treatment in an upcoming episode set in Tokyo, following 3 people who get the temporary forehead injections, which have become a keen part of the Japanese body modification art scene. Here's how it goes down. Technicians, they insert a needle into the people's forehead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they inject about 400 cc's of saline to create a forehead-sized blob. It looks like a bagel because the middle has an indentation. And then they describe it as they feel like something's dripping down their head. A stinging sensation. Ooh.
Why would you do
The practitioner then places his or her thumb into the blob to create the indentation. Now that's how the bagel look goes. Now, for those of us who don't see the appeal in any sort of forehead needles, like I don't.
I have no urge.
You always have your wrinkles covered up, but your forehead, is it wrinkled?
Not really.
I have some wrinkles.
It's getting there. I mean, that's from just usage.
But I wouldn't want to leave the house if I had a giant bagel in my forehead.
No, why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. And I'm sure how many Asians are Jewish? I don't think that many.
Not many. None.
You can't help but wonder, what in the hell would you want to put a bagel in your head? A Japanese artist named Crappy, I'll call him. He pioneered the mod con body art, explained to a magazine called Vice in 2009, or maybe it's a website. It's all about innovation. People who like body modification want to find their own way of doing things, and they're always looking for new ways to do that. The more progressive the scene gets, the more people have to experiment and go their own way. See, the problem with Asian people is a lot of them look very similar, and I think they're trying to modify their bodies so they can look different.
I don't.
What do you think?
I don't get it. Have you ever quote unquote mutilated your body?
No.
You've never piercings or nothing?
I have one ear pierced.
Okay.
But I think sometimes I trim my nails too short, my feet.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
I know.
I've had my nipple pierced.
Oh, you do?
I did.
Oh, you did? It went away?
No, I took it out.
Oh, you took it out?
Yeah. It's still a mark there where it used to be, but I mean, it wasn't anything. It was like a 5-second stinger and it was over.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't take much.
You don't wear it anymore?
Nope.
What made you do it? You wanted to do your Chippendale career?
Yeah, I was working out and I was going to try out with Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley, but apparently Chris Farley took my spot because he was sexier than I was.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Well, you know.
I just did it because I wanted it done. I thought it again.
Was the most painful thing you've ever done to yourself?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah. I told you it lasts like 5 seconds.
What's the most painful thing you ever done to yourself?
Off the top of my head, I'm sure I've been
jumping for the race,
no,
jumping off the railing.
I'm playing football. I had the back of my heels touch the back of my head, like folded the opposite way. That was probably the most painful.
Yeesh.
Probably the most painful.
How'd your feet taste?
They didn't make it that far, thank God.
Ugh.
That hurt.
God.
That hurt though.
That sounds horrible. Ugh.
Oh, it was bad. The nipple piercing thing only takes like I said, 5 seconds. That
Does
didn't
it?
even take that long.
It hurts for a second, but it keeps hurting after it gets pierced. It doesn't.
No, it's over.
Get out of here.
It's over. There's a hole in there. It's just like your ear.
It has to heal.
You just
was
clean
it
it.
Aching?
And
All right.
No, it's no
That
worse
seems
than
like
a tattoo.
sensitive. Maybe your nipples are less sensitive than some people's.
No, they're pretty sensitive.
Are they really?
It felt it as it went through.
Get over here, big boy. Let's test that out.
It was like the size of a pen. They just take it. He goes, in
right.
between 1 and 10, I'm going to stab you. And he got the 2 and went, wham, right through.
I'm getting sick. Please put some music on. I don't feel so good. We'll be back with the list on the TMI show, and then we'll wrap it up. Thanks for listening.